Well, the Bridgeport's on double duties this Easter Sunday, as we still have our job that we're working on here. And we also had this come in, we've got 6 of these Bobcat wheel rim centres to drill the holes, the 8 holes and the 8 countersinks. So this is the last one, and we're just using a tool. It's a bit hard to pick up. That's actually a snapped off end mill. It's just been reground to do the countersinks. So anyway, let's move on to our job in hand. Of course, after I strip all this down, and we've got a bit of profile milling to do on our part in here. This is the part we cut the dovetail in last episode. So we picked this up a while back. So this is for metal spraying shafting. Came with a whole heap of powders and all that. So we'll have a play with this one at a future video. It's a Eutectic Rototech torch. So for a future video. Well, g'day, Max here again, welcome back to the shop. So, yeah, a bit of a delay, so we'll get back onto our job in hand that we were doing. So what we're going to do is just trim around here. We'll cut a bit of a radius or something like that, so I'll probably have a flat on the top and we'll just radius the edges. And of course these will, when they're in position, these will sit on the ends of this part, and there'll be a threaded rod goes in between them, as you'll see. So let's get set up and we'll do the features on the other end here. But yeah, I had a bit of a delay because I had to get as much done still on the shed project, and a couple of shots at the beginning of the video. That was some 6 Bobcat wheel rim flanges that I had to drill and countersink for another chap. So anyway, on with what's important. Yeah. Just before we do that, okay, things have cooled down. This is a couple of weeks after I filmed this video, so I've just been flat out on the shed. I've just done 6 days, sun up to sundown, going hard on the shed, so I'm trying to finish this video off. So anyway, we had a letter arrive in the mail. That's from Gary over at Old Iron Machine Works over in California. He's got a really great channel going. He machines up bits and pieces of accessories for engines and pumps and valves, shafts, whatnot. So if you haven't already seen his channel, yeah, go and check him out. So we'll get him up on the board as well. And one last thing, there's another guy here in called Peter over in the eastern states. He has a channel called PGS. Now he's about 6 or 7 subscribers off the 1,000 mark for him. Now he has probably, I would say, one of the most used milling machines on the YouTube community. He's got this little gingery milling machine. It actually looks more like a horizontal borer, and the work that he does on that, it's quite amazing. So yeah, old Peter PGS, go and have a look at this milling machine that he's made. So yeah, so anyway, back to the job at hand. That's for identification. Okay, so we'll just take a bit off the edges, bring them up parallel, a bit off the top, and then we'll do our corner rounding feature. Okay, so I think we'll lift these up a bit higher in the vise and we'll put a corner rounding end mill in and just chomp off the corners. Now to get the desired height we need for our part, because our parallels ain't going to do it, we're just going to set it on a adjustable parallel. So he'll just sit in the vise. As such, and we still have our Sharpie ID marks on our parts. So we'll position it so we're sitting in the middle of the dovetail. Set them together. And just give them a bit of a taparoonie. Feels good. Okay, we'll get a cutter set up. I think we'll go for a corner rounding cutter like this one. We'll just go down each side. Now we've got our corner rounding end mill set up. So what we'll do is we'll just come up on the knee till we touch pretty close to the corner of the cutter to the corner of the part. And that way we just have to wind the table into the cutter, and until we start to get a good blend from the bottom of the cutter to the corner of the part there. Look at it. Okay, I think that will do us. Okay, so we'll deburr these and move on to the next operation. So there'll be a hole goes through there. on either one, and then we'll make up the shaft. Okay, well, we've got our parts on, so what we've just done there, it's just a decorative feature, it doesn't do anything. So what we may do yet is maintain the thickness up here, and we may scallop some of this out down here, but we'll see how we're going as we're just working off this picture here, and I am doing it a little bit different. So those parts are these supports on the ends here for this threaded part which goes to and fro in between, and which attaches to the base there for this arm that comes out. So as we said before, we've got a hole to go in either end there, so we'll have a look at that, and we'll have a look at our threaded shaft that we're going to put in. So we have a third part in the mix here, which is this part here. So I did the dovetail the other week when I did the original dovetails, and I just left the outside of the part bigger because I wasn't sure which way I was going to go with it. So this will slip onto here, and our dovetails slip on the end. So then the next part we're going to make, this rod we're talking about, traverses this from side to side. So they give a sideways adjustment for the post that comes up to hold the finger indexer. So all these parts will have to be drilled in the same setting through all three. Probably I'd say the easiest way to do it, so we'll probably just set it up something like that, use the dovetail as a reference, and we'll just poke a hole straight through. Right, we'll get our bracket set up. That's pretty good there. That's within a thou. Now we'll get our parts stacked on. Now we'll just put a little clamp around the lower one. Just to stop the whole lot sliding down the way. Yeah, that should hold it. So what we'll do is we'll just edge find the centre. Verify it. Okay, that's close enough. That's got it that way. So we're going to come across half our edge finder and half our width. Well, our width is 19 mil and our edge finder is 5.08 millimeters, 200 thou. So 9.5 and 2.54 is 12.04. So we got 5, 10, 11, 12, 0.04. Okay, so we'll come off the end. There, set a 0 on the table. Let's come back and verify it. Yep. And we come in the same distance, 12.04. So we'll just put a spot drill in. And drop it. It's a bit sensitive, this drill chuck. It likes to come undone quite easy. Okay, just a quick double check here. And we're looking good. I just noticed a bit of flex when we were drilling that, so let me set something up just to take that bit of flex out. I don't know if you picked it up on the camera or not then, but let me get something set up. So we managed to support the edge of the part with the machinist jack. I wish bloody Starrett would make these with a flat top option as well. It would make some jobs a lot easier. As you can see, we're only just getting on the corner of it, but that'll be enough to support it anyway. Okay, so we'll go through, it's a 5.7 Yeah, 5.7mm drill bit. What we're going to finish up with is a 6mm reamed hole through this one, and the lower one and the middle one we'll tap it M8. And our last one, and we lost our jack, but should be right for this last one. Switch over to our reamer. I think I'll just chuck another clamp on this. Okay. Just want to run it through that last one again. Okay, so this one goes back on. We drill and tap this one for 8mm. Okay, we've got our part clamp back up. We've reinstated our jack underneath, so we'll get this hole drilled and tapped. Quick countersink. So we're going to tap it M8. So the tapping drill for M8 would be 6.75mm. So we don't have one, but we do have a 17/64, which is even closer. Okay, I think we'll slip the mill into back gear for the power tapping. Okay, and I think we'll finish that one by hand. Just to be on the safe side. A proper machine tap probably would have gone through a bit easier, spiral flute or gunpoint tap. They tend to be a bit more forgiving than these standard taps. Okay. Might just give that another quick countersink. Yep. Okay. Well, I'll get all these deburred up and then we'll move on to our threaded shaft.